Welcome to the fourth episode of Bone Masters, where we get to meet living trombone legends, hear them play, have masterclasses, and talk about music. This week, we feature the virtuosic trombone talent, Bob McChesney, in his first appearance ever on Bone Masters.
So I'm curious about your slide technique, because it looks so effortless when you're moving. What kind of advice do you have for that?
Thanks, Bob. I want to emphasize that slide movement should not transfer any motion to your head or to the instrument. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the most common error. The slide doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly there on a fast lick, but it will really damage the smoothness of a fast lick if there's transfer of motion. So if you feel the back, you make a fist like this, or like your right hand, like your slide hand, mm-hmm. and we're going to go from first to third position, back and forth, and we're not going to move our wrist. Okay. And you feel the back of your neck. You feel that motion? Absolutely. That motion goes directly into the mouthpiece and upsets a smooth legato line. This is all my opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
The other kind of transfer of motion is this way, where the horn would move this way, or you might be jerking the horn up and down, but this kind of back and forth. So how do we minimize that? We want to move the forearm as little as possible and use as much of the fingers. So I take when I extend, I will, in a very fast lick, I will take my thumb off the brace and open it up. So like the most extreme position will be like this. If I'm going do do da da do do, open do 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 do. So use the grip so you get. Because if I do a demonstration, if I play a major scale ascending, because it's not, I can do a fancy trick if I do it ascending, which I'll show you.
Okay.
Go.
How are you doing that?
Just going to because the duration of each note is so short, it fools you into thinking that I'm.
So if I were to slow that down with that,
you would hear. See, I'm not actually playing the notes, but the durations are so short that it's really hard to perceive the pitch, but you can hear that they're moving up and you think it's a major scale. It sounds smooth because there is no shaking over the horn when I said, no, if I actually use the real positions, right? See, I'm opening up when I reach out for the G. If I don't move my wrist, my forearm will move, and my horn will shake. Now let me play that same scale without taking my thumb off the brace and without flexing my wrist, which means all the motion is going to come from my elbow. My forearm is going to be shaking the back of my head. Why can't I play it? I'm tonguing and blowing the exact same way.
Too much
motion going into the horn. So if you learn to doodle tongue and articulate very quickly, it's pretty much just keeping the slide problems out of the picture by maybe at first just not tensing up and approximating the position. Try to play every position correctly, but if it gets to the point where it's going to cause a shake in the instrument, maybe something inside me says that's as far as I can go before it starts to disrupt the sound. And that I would never play a scale the way I do that little trick, but it just shows you that it's smoother that way than actually trying to move the slide jerky, right? So what we're trying to do is move. If you could practice, everyone can practice this way for a while, and of course the arm moves a little bit, but it's when it starts doing all the work, and I see this very commonly.
Yeah.
Everyone's using the arm to do all the work. Feel the back of your neck. You're shaking. You're shaking. Can't get a sound.
Hi everybody, Paul here. Thank you, Bob, so much for sharing that wonderful knowledge with us. Don't worry, folks, he's going to be back for many more episodes.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about.
We get into all kinds of serious topics. We get to hear his mouthpiece buzz. We get to go into a little bit about doodle tonguing and much, much more.
Cool, man.
Be sure to check out Bob's method books on BobMcChesney.com. If you want to be able to incorporate some of these amazing techniques that he does into his playing, into your own playing, I tell you, this book is amazing. I've been looking through it, and he goes into a detailed practice routine to get you to be able to do what he does. And he lays it all out for you. It's extremely organized.
Yeah.
A definite. So this is a book that you're going to want to work out of. I would like to thank my patrons for helping fund this project and BAC Music. If you would like to get involved as one of the patrons, all of the funding from that gets divided amongst all these wonderful musicians. Give them something a little bit for their time. As a thank you for that, you're going to get your name on all the end credits of the videos. You're going to get MP3s of the audio. You're going to be the first to receive DVDs of these masterclasses. Be sure to tune into next week where we got the legendary Bill Watros.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Bill and I get into some pretty cool stuff, so you're not going to want to miss that. Remember, you can tune a piano, but you cannot tune a fish.
That's what I like to do, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
My